As we close out 2022, we're taking a look at some memorable stories from the past 12 months. One of them was about the 50th anniversary of the Clean Water Act, which changed the way we treat our natural resources, especially our oceans, lakes, rivers, and streams.
Before that, people and companies quite literally dumped their waste into those bodies of water. Tonight, we're showing you a behind-the-scenes look at the state's largest wastewater facility and how it protects the waterways we use every day. Here's Chris Costa.
Portland's East End Beach, a gateway to Casco Bay, and a scenic view for those going for a walk, bike, or swim. Amelia Toro brings her dogs Tully and Gia here on a weekly basis.
Good girl, Gia. Our dogs absolutely love it here. This is one of the first places where Tully and Gia, our other dog, would go swimming in the ocean. Tully would stay in there for hours if it weren't for me saying, "You're gonna get too cold."
But it wasn't always this way. In 1963, the city of Portland closed the beach due to severe pollution from raw sewage.
It's sad to hear that a place as special as this could have been so different.
In 1980, the city reopened it, saying water quality was now safe enough for people to swim at the beach once again. So what changed in that time? The Clean Water Act.
The Clean Water Act recognized that something had to be done to manage that pollution.
The act became law in 1972. Its goal? To clean up pollution and make all waters in the U.S. swimmable and fishable. It established rules and regulations for how people and companies get rid of their waste. The law allowed the Environmental Protection Agency to set standards for wastewater and national water quality criteria for pollutants. It requires industrial, municipal, and other facilities to get permits if their discharges go directly to surface waters. Facilities like the Portland Water District's wastewater treatment plant on the East End.
I think the most important part of the Clean Water Act was the fact that it helped provide funding for facilities such as this to be built.
And the architect of this landmark legislation? Former Maine Governor and U.S. Senator Ed Muskie.
And I'm not sure you're interested in the exact quantity of suspended solids or the oxygen demand in the river. What you are interested in is getting an unhealthy environment healthy, getting a dirty river clean, and we share that goal. And the 1972 Clean Water Act is intended to achieve that goal.
He chaired the subcommittee on air and water pollution and became the Senate's leading authority on the subjects. Muskie and his team largely shaped the bill that became law in 1972. It allowed facilities like this, the Portland Water District's wastewater treatment plant, to be built. Federal grants covered 80% of the costs.
Without that influx of federal funding and cash, places like this wouldn't have gotten built, and we wouldn't be talking about the wonderful water quality of Casco Bay.
Scott Furman is the Director of Wastewater Services for the Water District. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Act, the Water District offered behind-the-scenes tours of this influential facility, the largest in Maine.
We haven't done a great job of letting people know what we do and the importance of what we do. I think a lot of utilities, we've tried to get our jobs done kind of quietly, and we've created the ability for people to take what we do for granted. When we open our doors, we bring in people, and honestly, I'm surprised when people will show up on a Wednesday afternoon to learn what we do.
On a typical day, Portland residents and businesses generate 20 million gallons of wastewater, according to the Water District. It enters a system of pipes and ends up at this plant. Screens, sedimentation tanks, microorganisms, and disinfectants all work together to remove contamination. Finally, that wastewater is clean enough to go into Casco Bay.
When I take a sample here, there should be no chlorine that goes into the bay.
And that's what's hopefully in here.
That's right.
And that when they want or need to make improvements, that comes with a cost.
When we spend $1 towards infrastructure, people start to understand the value of that, and not only hopefully are they willing to pay it, but they want to pay it.
A cost the Water District says ultimately benefits the places we love to work and play.
I'm grateful to have an open space like this for us to come, for so many people to come. It's just a peaceful, fun spot.
Thank goodness for that. Chris Costa reporting. Now, the Clean Water Act is by no means the only part of Edmund Muskie's environmental legacy. He played a major role in the passage of the Clean Air Act, which has often been called the most important environmental law in American history.